In this application, we shall be able to enter a blog idea, like for example, JavaScript. Okay, when you say submit, you can see the progress indicator here, and then we shall expect to have a result right here in a moment. Of course, so here are two blog ideas on JavaScript. We have the first blog idea, and then we have the second one right here. Okay, we can get a piece of text from here, for example, just this. Okay, and then remove the blog idea and enter this text. So we're going to ask the AI to be able to rewrite this text, okay, in a professional tone. So if we submit this, you see here is a written version of the text in a professional tone, unlocking hidden capabilities, exploring advanced JavaScript features for enhanced web development. We can tell it to make it humorous, hit send or submit, and then you see what we get. Warning, you're about to ready my cause, excessive awesomeness and uncontrollable craziness. You get it? You can read that. Then we can also change it maybe to casual, hit submit, and there we are. Want to know the secret sauce behind taking your web dev game to the next level? etc, blah blah blah. Okay, that's how you get. And then when you have nothing and then you say submit, you simply get that saying, please provide either a topic or text with a selected tone. So let's get into this and you learn how to build this. Let us create a Django project by saying Django admin start project. I can call it simply AI project. Okay, that's an invalid name. I need to use a different character. I'll use an underscore. And then I can open this in VS Code. And then quickly let me open my terminal. Make this a little bit bigger for you to see. And then we can then go into other details. For example, let's now try to create an app. I'm trying to magnify this, but it's getting a bit harder. So I'll say Python manage.py start app assistant. Okay, then we can now go to settings.py and scroll to install apps and say assistant.apps.assistant config. As simple as that. After that, then we can go on to the next step. In our assistant, we're going to use, of course, a form in our project. So we want to have got a form right now, forms.py, and this form, for it to work, of course, we need to first of all have an import from Django import forms. After that, okay, I need to select an interpreter. So let me do this very fast. Select interpreter and I'll choose this environment. Then I shall say class blog form will inherit from forms.form, and then this form will have a topic, and topic will be equals to forms.character field, and of course it will have a label. Shall give it a label. The label will be enter a topic for blog. As simple as that. Let's say enter a topic for a blog idea, and then after that we can give it a maximum length. Shall say the maximum length of this will be around, let me make it 100 characters, and then it is also a required field. No, it's not required, so I'll make it false. It's not required, so false. After that, we shall have the text. So shall say forms that also car field, and it also have a label. The label for this will actually be enter text to the right. As simple as that. And then we can also specify the widget. Okay, the widget that we're going to use, the widget will be forms.text area. Okay, we want this to be a text area, and also this field is not required, so this will be false. Then after that, we can have the tone. That will be forms.car field also. And for the tone, we can set the label will be simply select a tone. And after that, we can have choices. Okay. For choices, it will be, of course, a list. I call it a list of tuples. So the first one will be professional. You can spell professional correctly like that. Professional, I think it has a single F. So professional, I can copy this and then paste it here and just make the first letter uppercase. After that, we can have another one which will be casual. So we shall have casual, comma, casual, like so. After that, we can have in the last choice, which will be humorous. Say humor, if I can spell this right, and then finally the same thing. I just copy this, paste, and make this uppercase. So you shall have, you can change the tone for whatever you want to rewrite. The tone can be something humorous, or it can be something really casual, or it can be something professional. So the AI will be giving us output depending on the tone we are setting for it. And this field is not required. Okay, shall say required equals to false. All right, so after this, we can now go to our view and create the assistant. I mean our function, and say define assistant, which will accept the request. And then this will return render. Of course, the request goes in first. After that, the template, and the template, of course, will be in assistant / index.html. Then, of course, we need our form. I'll say from forms import blog form. Then, of course, now we need to check if the request dot method is equals to post. That is when we shall now retrieve data from the form. Else, we can simply say the form is equals to blog form, like that, and then we can have the form in the context here. Say form, and then we can have this as a string. So we need to create this template in assistant index.html. So in assistant index.html, I'll go up here, create a directory called templates, then create another directory called assistant, then create the file called index.html. Now in this HTML, in this file, I'm going to paste some code. Since this is not an HTML tutorial, paste some code here. I'll explain to you. Now, first of all, we have this load widget tweaks. For us to be able to have this, we need to install a package. Okay, that package is called Django widget tweaks. This will help us to add classes to our form. Okay, so copy this command, pip install widget tweaks, get to your terminal, and then paste it, pip install Django widget tweaks. And like you see, I already have it. When you're done with that, then go to install apps and add this. Okay, add it to install apps. We can now go to install apps, where is settings.py, install apps, scroll to the bottom and add that. Okay, so when you're done with this, we can now can now explain to you. So this is a basic HTML template. Like you can see the doc type, HTML attribute, the head tag. In the head tag, of course, we have the title. Okay, then we have two scripts. One is for HTMX and another one is for Tailwind. Of course, Tailwind is for styling, and HTMX will help us to avoid page reloads. So when we scroll, we see a form, okay, and this form has a number of attributes. Okay, first of all, even before the attributes, we see that we have a CSRF underscore token, okay, and the method is, of course, is post, and we have something called HX post. So HX post, this is added to our form and is important as a result of having HTMX. Okay, so this is an HTMX attribute or feature or tool. So HX post means that you have to specify the route or the view or the path to call, okay? The path that will be triggered when we send the data, to which URL will this data be sent of the form. And for us, it will be sent to the same view, okay? The same URL. We're going to quickly create our URLs here, okay? But the same that is going to render this form, okay, is the same to which we shall send the data. After that, once the form that has been sent to the URL and the viewer gives us a result, that result is going to be returned in this div. There's a div at the bottom here with an ID called result. How to do that? Using HTMX, use this HX target. Okay, so HX target specifies the div or the element in which the data will be returned. So in our case, it's a div with an ID called result. And after that, all the content, or every time we get a result, all the content of this div will be swapped. Okay, and how is that does that happen? Using this HX swap in a HTML. And every time we have a request being sent, we need progress indicator, something to run. Okay, you'll say circular progress indicator that will run to indicate, show the user that we are fetching something. Okay, and when we are done fetching results, we can stop that indicator. That happens automatically for us using HX indicator, and we specify, of course, the ID of the div that will be the indicator, and that is the spinner, which is down here, okay, with the class of HTMX indicator. As simple as that. And within that div, we have an SVG that will be shown and hidden depending on when a result has been, a request has been sent and when the result has gotten back. Then in the form, we have, of course, the form, the topic, the label tag. We have form, the topic, okay. And now using Django tricks gives us something called add class, which helps us to add Tailwind classes to this form.text. And then also we have form.tone, and we show its label. And then you have form.tone, and also using add class from Django tricks again to be able to add all these Tailwind classes. And of course, that is all we have there. Of course, we only have three: the topic, the text, and the tone, like I showed you when building the form. Then after that, we have a submit button that we use to submit our form. As simple as that. So let's create now the URLs .py. I'll come here and say urls.py, and then from Django.http import path. Is it Django from HTTP or Django.urls? Django.urls import path. Then you can define our list called URL patterns, which will be equals to path. Then you need to import, of course, the views. Say from views, import assistant. Okay. Then we can say the view is assistant, and the name is simply assistant. So now we need to test our application. We shall come here and say Python manage.py run server. So when we go, we see, of course, this Django page, but we need to make that to change by going to the root urls.py and importing this called include. Then we say path. When you hit the root, please include all the URLs from assistant.urls. As simple as that. So let us try to cancel that and save. Says got unexpected keyword choices. That should be in our form. I think I did something wrong in the form. Let's see, what did I do wrong in the form? So in the form, we have forms.carfield. Okay, we have forms.carfield again. We have again forms dot, oh, this is supposed to be choice field. Okay, supposed to be choice field, not car field. So choice field where we have a label. Let us save this and see if it shall be good to go. Cancel this and run the server again. All right, looks like we are good. So let's visit our page and refresh. So you see, this is our nice form. So we shall be entering the blog idea here, the text to rewrite, and then the tone. So let's now build out that part in our view. So now let's now write the logic. So when inside here, we shall be able to make an instance of the form and say blog form, and then we can pass the data from the form by saying request.post. And after that, I'll make a variable here, which is an empty string, and it is going to hold the result of what we get from the AI tool Ollama, or simply an error message. Okay, so but then once we get data from the form, we need to check if the form is valid. So if the form that is valid, of course we know this usual check in Django, then we can pick the form, I mean the topic. So the topic will be equals to form dot clean data dot get. So we get the topic. After that, I can just copy this, okay, and paste it twice. So the next one that we shall need is the text, form dot get text. Then what we need is also the tone finally. Then change this also to tone, as simple as that. So now, if you give us the topic, if the user enters the topic, we can create a prompt for our AI. The prompt will be equals to, this will be an F string, we shall say generate two blog ideas for the topic that, okay, we can put maybe in simple quotes like that, for that topic, like that. Okay, so if the topic is football, generate two blog ideas for the topic football. If the topic is maybe Python programming, generate two blog ideas for the topic JavaScript or Python. Okay, so it depends. You can even say 4 blog ideas, but let us limit it to 2. Okay, so that is when you give us a topic. Okay, but if you give us else if you give the user enters the text and the tone, then we know he wants to rewrite something. Okay, so this time we shall change the prompt. The prompt will be equals to rewrite the following text in a tone, in that tone. Okay, then we give the text. This will be the text. Okay, rewrite the following text in this tone, and that is the text. As simple as that. Then if none of that is meets our conditions, then we can simply say return an HTTP response. Okay, so I think it's import something here from Django dot HTTP import HTTP response. So you can say return an HTTP response, and the response will be please provide either a topic or text with a selected tone. As simple as that. Okay, so when we are done with that, we can now give our data to the AI. Okay, we can give our stuff to the AI, and to do that, we can simply say, we can now try. Okay, we can try some statements here and see the response. Our response will be equals to chat. Okay, like that. Now you might be wondering, where am I getting chat from? And also we shall need, of course, the except here. Shall say except exception as E, and then when something goes wrong, we shall say the result will be equals to, shall I say, an error connecting to Ollama. So Ollama is going to be the large language model tool we're going to use, and simply add the string representation of that error. As simple as that. Okay, so of course at the end here we shall have to return the result. Okay, we shall have to return the result. Shall just simply say return result, which will either be this or it's going to be successful. But now to have this chat, we need to install something. Okay, we need Ollama. So if I simply go here to Google and say go to ollama.com, you see it says get up running with large language models, and they have a number of models. So what you need first of all do is to download Ollama. Okay, download Ollama. When you're done downloading Ollama, go to your terminal and run a command called Ollama serve. Okay, are you seeing port already in use? Means already running. So download Ollama. Actually, many times when you download it and install it successfully, it will run that command, the serve command for you. After that, you're going to go to this tool, Ollama 3.2. This is what I'm using, okay? But of course, the other models that you can use, and this is the one I'm going to be using for this project. And you can also run it. You need to pull it. So to run it, you simply say Ollama run llama 3.2. So Ollama run llama 3.2. For the first time, of course, it will take some time. Okay, so make sure you have a stable internet connection. So run this. After that, you will be good to go. When you're done with that, now we can go ahead and use it, of course, in our project. Okay, we can use it in our project very, very easily. Actually, I wanted to show you something here. I'm not sure if I remember whether they showed their example in this, but should be somewhere. Okay, so when you're done with that, they have a tool that you can use for Python. If I can quickly search for Python here. Okay, Ollama Python, here it is. So with Ollama Python, you can now say pip install Ollama. Okay, but I already have it in my virtual environment. So pip install Ollama. When you're done installing Ollama, now we can say from Ollama import chat. So we go up here and say from Ollama import chat. After that, then we can now go ahead to build the chat. Okay, so we say response equals to chat, what we just imported, and after that we can specify the model. Our model, what we're interested in, is equals to llama. This would be a string, llama 3.2, and llama 3.2 is what I just showed you recently here on the Ollama website. Where is it? This one here, llama 3.2. And then after that, we can now say messages. Okay, we have another argument called messages, and this is going to be a list. Okay, and the messages we are going to have will have a dictionary. Okay, so a list of dictionaries, and the first key here will be role, and the role is user. Okay, so this is us asking user because you're the ones asking the AI a question, okay? Assuming that you're asking ChatGPT and Llama is ChatGPT. So our role will be user, okay? And then the content, we're not here called content, which will define the prompt, okay? The question we're asking. So this is the prompt, okay? So we shall just pass here prompt, as simple as that. So when we're done with that, we need now to get the result. The result this time will be equals to response. Let me reduce this a little bit. It will be response dot message, okay, dot content. As simple as that. So many times you might want your LLM to provide specific to behave in a certain way, to have a particular character. To do that, you need another role. That role would be called system, okay? And say role system, and then here, for example, the content can simply be a prompt that says you are a software engineer, okay? So all prompts at this part of the role user that the user will be entering will get results tied to this, okay, to this. So this is what helps you to define the behavior using a role system, but we don't want this for our application, because for us we want it to be open, to be able to answer questions about anything, okay? All right, so let's run our application. So I'll say Python manage.py run server. So when I go here, where is our application, and refresh, let's try let us say a blog idea topic for, maybe let's first start by submitting, okay? You see, please provide either a topic or text with a selected tone. So our condition is working. We can say write an idea for probably Python, give us ideas for Python programming, and say submit. So you see our progress indicator is actually working very well. So let's wait for the response. Looks like something is missing. So let's go back to our application. I might have done something wrong. Let me look at our code. We returned, actually, instead of returning result here, I'm supposed to return an HTTP response and then pass the result to it, okay? Pass the result to it. And then go back this side and let us submit again. Let us see what we get, if that helps. All right, it appears there's something missing, especially with the indentation or something in our code. Let's debug it together. So when you look at this, I'm seeing an error. I saw an error somewhere. So I think let's try just maybe to kill the server and run it again. Probably it's not picking up something properly. Let's run this again and watch the terminal. All right, so you see we have 2 blog ideas. Okay, that's nice. So I can maybe copy this and try to use it. Okay, copy this well and then clear this. Set text to right is that we want it to be professional. There we are. Okay, if we change it to casual, again our indicator is working. There it is. Let's try to change it to humorous. And that is it. Okay, you can read it. Warning: Python is currently infecting your world with its simplimic charm. It's like a seductive snake oil salesman, whispering just one more line of code until you've hooked on its ease of use. Wow, interesting. So this is how you can play around with Ollama AI, Python, and Django. I hope you learned something here.